From the Weather NorCal Command Center, this is your morning update.
American Door Company has been family-owned and operated for over 29 years, supplying Northern California with quality garage doors, garage door openers, and installed with the best service you'd expect from a locally owned company. We serve all of Northern California from Willows all the way to the Oregon state line. Give us a call today.
Well, good morning, everyone. If you enjoy these updates and you want to watch these updates from wherever you are, maybe you're at your computer and you're watching. You go, I want to watch when I'm, at the airport. Well, you can. You can do that by downloading the app for free. Just search for Weather NorCal in your App Store or Google Play Store on Android. Look for that icon, search install, or tap install, and there you go. You've got everything Weather NorCal has to offer right there at the palm of your hands. You can also share your photos from the app. Love to see your photos, beautiful photos that you've been sending, and if you have storm photos, so I have an idea. I'm covering a large area, so I can report that I think the weather's this is what's gonna happen here, here, and here, right? But I get that confirmation when you send me those photos and you give me information about what I'm looking at, what kind of flooding, or if there is snow, what the elevation is. So yeah, download the app for free and share your photos. It's really easy. All right, take a look at this. This is one of the photos that someone sent from the app. Thanks to Sue out in Cottonwood. What a beautiful shot here. Not sure what time of the day it was, but there you can kind of just see. Just a classic picture, right? You've got the wet road, beautiful colors of the green landscape here, the sun kind of peeking through those clouds, and then of course off in the distance, a full rainbow. I think there's a pot of gold on both ends. All right, let's take a look at this. This is out of Clear Creek in French Gulch, and you can see, of course, flooding over the banks there. I want to thank Ronald Cole Jr. for sending this. So just this kind of representation of really what we're seeing over many parts of Northern California today, and of course, we saw it the last few days. This also illustrates what I was reporting yesterday in West Redding, over 5 inches of rain over the last 3 days. Out at the airport, about half of that. But it looks like the line is right here, but that's just a reflection from colors on the wood there. But if you look closely, you see that's it right there. So this thing is completely full after 3 days. So Lynn, you might want to tip this thing over and start fresh as more rain begins to move in. Now, as I reported, the rainfall totals for the season are looking really good. Right? We're above normal for most areas in Northern California when it comes to rain. So some of you then asked, well, how does the snowpack look? Well, let's take a look at it. Now, it's best from north, and then it's not as good, but still not bad as you start heading southward. So for example, North Sierra and Trinity, normal to date, almost 100% of where we should be, right? So that's pretty good. But again, you see how these percentages just start to kind of slowly drop as we go into the Central Sierra and Southern Sierra. But again, keep in mind, we've still got plenty of time to get these numbers up. And overall, I say we're doing quite well. Take a look at the headlines here. We've got a few isolated showers today. We're really kind of starting to wrap things up. We did see a severe thunderstorm warning in Butte County yesterday, but it wasn't quite as intense. It wasn't as widespread. And today, if you hear a rumble of thunder in any area, it's not out of the question, but most likely just some isolated showers here today. We do expect a drier pattern by tomorrow, but then more wet weather coming in by early next week. Not a lot, but also looking at colder air with that, which would mean lower snow levels as well. Let's take a look at our planner for today. And again, you've got the chance for showers here for the valley here throughout the afternoon for Siskiyou and Modoc County, not to mention in the eastern mountains. Pretty much everyone does have that chance, and it's not going to warm up a whole lot. Temperatures somewhere in the mid to upper 50s for the coast and low to mid 50s inland, and for Trinity County in the mid to upper 40s for those daytime highs. So this is the area of low pressure right here. Actually, you can see it spinning here. It's finally moved itself off to the north and east. We are kind of still in the wake of that, and that's going to continue to bring us a little bit of unsettled weather here for today. Now, this looks pretty impressive, doesn't it? This area of low pressure right here, though, is going to dive down to the south and east. So this rain here that's associated with this area of low pressure isn't going to have much of an impact on us anytime soon. Let's take a look at Futurecast and get you through the next couple of days. So let's get you through today first and foremost, right? So as we take you into the noon hour today, there you can see most of the activity looks to be north and west of the valley, right? But as you head to the south and east of that, yeah, maybe a few scattered sprinkles or light showers, but not much activity at that point. Then through the afternoon, we could see some passing showers. We'll call it partly to mostly cloudy skies, and you can see even more sunshine as you head off to the east here. Then as we go into your Wednesday night, tonight, there you can see, yeah, still a little bit of leftover activity, but we're really starting to wrap things up at this point, and then by tomorrow morning, it's gone. Now, this is where things get interesting. If we see enough clearing overnight before sunrise, we could see some dense fog develop, especially for parts of the Sacramento Valley. So this is something we'll be on the lookout for tomorrow morning. Don't be surprised if on your morning commute tomorrow, you're dealing with some dense fog in parts of the valley. And depending on how dense that fog gets, will depend on how quickly it clears out in the afternoon as well. But for the most part, mostly sunny skies here for your Thursday. And then going into your Friday, looking at mostly sunny skies as well. And not to mention, of course, those dry conditions. And there could be starting off with some fog even Friday morning as well. All right, so now we take a look at the long range, and this is the area of low pressure right here that I was talking about, how now it's off to our north and west, right? But it's diving down to the south, so it's not going to have any impact on our weather anytime soon. You can see as we go into Sunday, through the weekend, that low pressure dives down to the south. Now, they're showing a little bit of instability here, but I think for the most part we'll be dry on Sunday. And then we're going to watch a disturbance dive down from the north. Now, this is a cold storm system. This is much colder than we've seen for a while, which means should we be able to squeeze some moisture out of it, we're talking about snow levels dropping down to, on average, 2,000 feet, that is, and maybe locally lower in some cases here. Now, Tuesday looks like we may begin to dry things out, and then going into Wednesday, fairly dry as well. But as we get toward the end of next week, all forecast models agree that we may see more of a wet weather pattern setting itself back up again by the end of next week. This is looking at a week from tomorrow. So this is over a week out that we're looking here. So timing and intensity is going to change, but it's looking pretty promising that we may be looking at some rain toward the end of the next week. And of course, that would take us into the beginning of March as well, with a chance of seeing above normal rainfall. But we do have that colder air moving in, so that's the reason why I do anticipate to see those lower snow levels. And that's good to see those lower snow levels because you saw the snowpack. We're not at average for the season. We could use more snow, and as we lower those snow levels, we have better chances of really getting a good snowpack in there. Taking a look at the wave heights there, you can see about 7 feet here for today. And then, of course, we take you into your Thursday. Well, of course, looking at 7 to 8 feet. So it may increase a little bit here, but nothing too bad. There's your marine forecast for today. Winds from the south at 5 to 15 knots. Waves from the west at 9 feet at 11 seconds. And from the northwest at 4 feet at about 16 seconds. There's that chance for showers, maybe even a few isolated thunderstorms off the coast as well. Here's your Trinity County neighborhood forecast, upper 40s to low 50s. So what you'll notice here, some areas are going to have rain or snow on Tuesday, other areas not so much. And we'll kind of talk about that. So of course, for Trinity County, I think it'll be dry next Tuesday. And then we take a look at the north coast to the south. Especially out towards Rio Del, Fortuna, Eureka. Yeah, maybe a chance for showers by next Tuesday, and not to mention out towards the north end of the coast as well. 55 degrees for Smith River, 53 for Gasquet, and 53 degrees in Hoopa. Let's take you out to Siskiyou County. There you can see about 47 for Gazelle today, 42 for Mount Shasta City and Dunsmuir, a high of about 43 degrees. And for Modoc County, 44 degrees for Tule Lake, 43 degrees for Canby, Calpines, about 44. It's also the case for Fort Bidwell and El Turris, about 45 degrees. Let's take you off into the eastern mountains. We got 44 degrees for Bernie and Fall River Mills, 45 in Westwood and Paradise, about 51 degrees. And for your valley neighborhood forecast, brought to you by Haas Farms, temperatures in the upper 50s. Again, it's going to be coolish out there, but temperatures will increase. And I want to show you the 7-day forecast because what you'll see here is this. Remember the last few days and say, yeah, could we be flirting with that 70-degree mark? Well, now it's beginning to look more and more promising that we may get up to 70 degrees or higher. Look at Redding, up to 71 degrees by Saturday, but then temperatures drop again. Some cooler air, much cooler air moving in by the beginning of next week, and maybe some showers by next Monday.